Well, what is up and welcome back? How is everyone doing tonight on this Wednesday evening with your boy Seabash31 back on Resident Evil 2005 HD on the PS4, playing on PS5. We completed the main game last live stream. We are jumping into the bonus modes. Separate Ways is up now, and there is our girl showing a little thigh. What is up, Ada Wong? How is everyone doing tonight? Whew. Guys, this week has already been a bit of a banger, but I am more than excited to be here with y'all and be back on stream. We had to deal with some gremlins last stream, and they've been eliminated. They've been 86. We 86 the gremlins, and we're gonna be in good shape. I do want to give a little bit of personal, appreciation out to all you guys. I know on the channel, a lot of you have been with me for a very long time now, and it's been amazing. And I want to continue this journey and let things go even further. But as a core audience, I couldn't be more thankful for you guys. I have a lot of love and respect for the people that do take their time and jump on the streams. And I don't want any nonsense or funk here on the channel. And Havoc knows what I'm talking about. We were chatting earlier. And big shout out to him too. He's been awesome. Like Havoc, chatting on Blue Sky way back when, and the collabs that we've done and just the support that we've shown each other. That's why it's always exciting to see my man here on the streams and in the chat. So I know I'm kind of talking to this core audience, and you guys have already probably shot my boy a sub, but if you haven't, please go ahead and subscribe to Havoc, because he's a real dude and he's constantly pushing out content. And I think when you have someone who streams and they have like, this is my audience, let's get more people over there. I know the goal is 500 by the end of the year, and we're going to help him get there. So if you guys haven't, please shoot my boy a sub and drop your link in the chat here, and let's see this thing take off. So shout out Mayor Bear, thank you for being here. Kevlar Vest, what is up, my dude? Zeno Ripley, it's been a minute. What's going on? Dropping a like bash. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know if you're still around, but thank you for being here. Thomas Sweeney, what is going on? What is up? Fungus, Seabash the Goat. Good seeing you over the weekend, Fungus. Thanks for being here. There's Havoc, my guy. Thomas Sweeney, what is going on, my dude? All the shout-outs. Mr. Wayne, what is up? Good to see you. You are not late this time, and we don't have to worry about you skirting off for drinks with your boys, because it's Wednesday, and we're here chilling with each other. So, I'm excited. Thank you for dropping the link to Havoc's channel in the chat there. Guys, we're on to Separate Ways. I had a lot of fun doing this thumbnail. This splash screen here, this title screen of Separate Ways is very much inspired by La Femme Nikita. And if you're as old as I am, you know damn well what La Femme Nikita is. And our girl Ada Wong looks ever so tasty here. I said what I said. So if we load, I should be able to continue from this Separate Ways file, right? We can continue on. So let's go ahead and do that. Why not? Clear game. It's always fun adding to the clear
Got a
game.
selection of good things on
I'm not
sale,
open
stranger.
yet, as you can see. I don't have my blue torches set up yet. Wow, I don't know if I've ever seen this. But I suppose the customer comes first. I legit don't know if I've ever seen this before. I feel like anytime I played Separate Ways with each one of these games that has this, starting with the PlayStation 2, this was not on the GameCube version. We had Assignment Ada, but not Separate Ways. So I feel like anytime I've beaten this, I've beaten it once and not returned on that version of the game. So what is this? Sell me some treasure and buy some weapons.
What are you selling?
What do we got going on here? I can't even remember what is in my inventory. So we have the blacktail. The shotgun in this is super dope. I love that. I'm trying to remember what they call that. That's like the, it's a type of grip, But that's really dope to see that on that shotgun. TMP, we have the semi-auto and the bow gun. I don't really think there's anything I can really sell.
What are you buying?
And for her, we have the map. So you were able to buy cases in this version. So I will tell you, in Resident Evil 4 Remake, the version of Separate Ways in that is so much more expanded. It might have been... Was that I can't remember. Was it Mr. Wayne or Thomas Sweeney who made the comment about Separate Ways being longer than Resident Evil 3 Remake in Resident Evil 4 Remake? And you very well could be onto something. So it looks like we have everything that we could possibly buy. So we're just going to continue on
this mission is to get
I'll let this
closer
play
to
out.
my own objective. No matter what happens.
Cheers to everybody.
I can't let anyone figure
Thank
that
you all that
out.
are here.
Of course, hiding in the shadows isn't my style. I'll have to reveal myself to him and offer advice once in a while.
And this is actually crazy because it's not until this game mode where you see it, right? Here's our boy. Here's our boy logging in and getting on the satellite. The story overall, especially with Wesker's involvement, is done so much better in the remake. He feels very shoehorned in here. And in the remake, it's from the jump, Wesker is very much involved, which is awesome. I always wish these cutscenes were enhanced in HD. Even though you're playing the HD port of the game, you're still getting the cutscenes in their probably 480p glory. I would assume it's 480. It might be 480i, honestly. And there he is, our first time seeing Wesker.
Managed to arrive at the village on time.
Yes, but nobody remembered to roll out my red carpet.
The villagers there are all being controlled. They automatically attack any intruders. Ring the church bell. That should quiet them down for a while.
Sounds like
Well, you'll
a
see
good
that,
being
Mr. Wayne, in the
house.
cutscenes. And then when we get the actual gameplay, it'll be all cleaned up again.
Gather as much information as you can about the parasites and finish off this little tour.
I do love seeing Wesker in his gaming chair with his turtleneck on. And I really do feel like in Separate Ways, I think that they did a good job tying kind of what's going on with Ada really into Leon in the main campaign story, which is dope. And it's interesting because, you know, there's a very ambiguous kind of thing going on in the main campaign with Wesker. And you're never really like given any solid evidence that that's who she's working for. And when you see it here, it's like, oh, okay, this is more like it, right? And then when you had kind of with Wesker, him going after Alexia's, you know, the T. Veronica virus, and then the Plagas, right? And he didn't need Alexia. He ended up getting Steve and all that good stuff. And then Wesker's body, Krauser's body in the remake being the sample that he really ended up getting. Good tie-ins overall. Very good tie-ins. So here we are. Here's our inventory from our prior playthrough. We get that loaded up. We just load everything up, really. Okay, so that's still good. Let's rock this shit out. So this will be interesting. We're kind of going back and playing this with regular, normal weaponry. I always forget that she actually has a knife. Oh, nice. Nice chuck right at the door when I opened it. That's fantastic. And yeah, our girl has the galactic. Oh, hit twice by accident. This bitch in the back needs to die. I love that they travel through the Ganados. That's awesome. Oh, you hit me 3 times. You bad word. Oh, hey. That cock had the key. I mean, that rooster had the key. Hey, Fran. Moo moo. Slim Froggy, hello, love Resident Evil 4. Thanks for streaming. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you popping in. Welcome, welcome. You are with your fellow horror fanatics here. We played through the main game. And now we are hopping on the bonus modes. Just jamming out. Don't be afraid to be active in the chat. We have a good group of folks in here. Please enjoy. Good old TMP. I haven't played this version of Separate Ways. This is fun. Hear Leon battling. Oh, I almost shot the damn thing in the butt. In the remake, you can actually utilize the cow to kind of run into all of the other enemies, which is really cool. Let's clean up shop here. You guys already know how I play with this nonsense. We're all about the items, the collectibles, all that shit. It is what it is. Why, hello. Look at this. Special visitor. What's going on? How are you? Look, we got Ada Wong. She looks beautiful in her red dress. Not nearly as good as you, but, you know, here she is.
She is one sexy killing machine.
There you go. I already did all that, so. They can hear you. One sexy killing machine, Lynn says. So shout out to Lynn's being here. There's bands on bands.
Okay.
Any words of wisdom? She's in heels. She's wearing a dress. You know, you're getting a wave from Mr. Wayne.
You know what I would say? She's
Crushing it. Hey, you want to do me a solid? Why don't we do this? Why don't we put a little sipper in here, and that will be mine. Yeah, no, like a buffalo.
Behind the curtain.
Behind the curtain, we have. Everybody says hello, Linz.
Hello.
Wesker probably has a great collection of sunglasses. He certainly does. Have I ever unlocked the hand cannon? I've unlocked it, but you can do a little bit more.
Oh.
There you go. That's great. That's great. I've unlocked it multiple times, but in this specific version of the game, I have not. So what we're going to do is on Friday night when we buzz through Assignment Ada, we're going to hop onto the Mercenaries and continue on our 5-star jam. So cheers to everybody that's here. You guys are a great audience. Perfect outfit to fight BOWs. Slim Froggy also says hello, Linz. So cheers to everybody. Linz has got her wine glass. I've got my little sipper of brown. Look at all those high Linz you're getting. Oh, there she is. No, you don't have to. Whatever you feel comfortable doing.
I'm really bad at it.
You just have to, like, it's like a mirror. A little lower and a little in my way. A little this way. There she is.
I tried.
Cheers, cheers.
I thought it was like a facade.
CB is requesting Lindsay to get a red dress right now.
Oh boy.
Oh, no.
No, we're good.
Do you like
Good and
cosplay?
We look good and bad. Okay.
And here we are.
I just want everyone to know that.
We're just having a good time.
You know,
What gun do you think looks the coolest in here? Do you like the shotty, the rifle, the handgun? The Dragonfly?
I said the name.
Where is that?
Doesn't that say Dragonfly?
Oh, that's the type of ammo it is.
Let's do that.
It's for the rifle.
Perhaps.
Okay, I love that. I like the Dragonfly. I was like, oh, dang. Cheers to you both. Thank you so much, Slim. All right. Community support. We love it. The hardest thing about when she pops in, like, I'm going to have to exit this menu and deal with what I don't even know what's waiting for me when I come out of this because I don't remember. It does. All right. Oh, we're up here. This is safe. I think. Oh, great. I can't jump out of here? You enjoy that. That's phenomenal. Enough with the freaking throwing of stuff. These guys are assholes. Where's Leon's jacket, bro? Nuts. All right, man. I gotta lock it. That was a lot. Okay. Separate ways. Ada Wong, red dress, hook shot. We're buzzing. She just kicked that damn door in. Dang, Ada. We are going to get the cool little shotgun segment here. And she's going to be like, I should save that for Leon. No! Come on, man. Can we stop with the bullshit? Oh, maybe we don't. Maybe I went about this. Oh, you know what I did? I went into the other house first, so we didn't get to even see the shotgun sitting there. That's very interesting. Oh, hey. Oh! That was aggressive. That was absolutely aggressive. Leon, I can hear you, but I can't see you, bro. Alright, we got treasure across the way. Where is that treasure? Is that really just in that house I was in earlier? Like Deadpool, she wears a red dress so her enemies can't see her bleed. That is very true. That movie was a lot of fun, a lot of fan service, but I will say shout out to Ryan Reynolds for getting those Deadpool movies made and doing them correctly. For me, I grew up a huge Blade fan, and it was awesome to see Wesley back as Blade and kind of doing a palate cleanser with Ryan Reynolds because they had a bit of a hard time developing Blade Trinity, and that was the weakest Blade movie, and it was pretty meh, to be honest with you. And getting to see them go through it together, and Wesley getting to don the sunglasses one last time was awesome. So a lot of love and respect to Ryan for bringing Wesley back and letting him reprise that role and kind of just finishing off what they had started together. And it's so awesome because that movie, if you think about it, you had Hugh Jackman reprising his role as Wolverine, and Blade, Wesley Snipes, reprising his role. And two of the longest running actors to ever be that character, be a character for that many years. Very cool. I think about Michael Keaton a lot, and it was so cool for Michael Keaton to come back as Batman in the Flash movie. The only good thing about the Flash movie was seeing Michael Keaton in it. And, you know, it was so awesome to see that, but at the same time, Warner Brothers is sitting on a literal gold mine with the ability to do Batman Beyond and have Michael Keaton play Batman in that as an older Bruce Wayne, and kind of a passing of the torch, which is incredibly awesome to think about. Will they do it? Probably not, because people suck and the opportunity is there, but I don't see Hollywood taking that chance. James Gunn should do it. He would be the guy to do it. He has a good vision for stuff. If you've watched any of the Peacemaker with John Cena, those are pretty fun to watch. Definitely worth it if you haven't seen it yet. Why don't we organize this a little bit? This is driving me a little mad. I clearly didn't give 2 Fs when I was playing this prior, which is very unlike me. There's probably some drinks involved, if I had to guess, as there usually is. Let's make this our healing row and bring all the grenades down here. What are you guys saying? Neo Belmont's here. Holy shit, what is happening? Let me catch up with the chat. Sorry, I just went on a rant about Deadpool. That should make the shorts. Yeah, we're going to probably have to do that and make that a clip. Hey, Seabash, thank you, Angry Man Gaming, for popping in here. Shout out to you. Punisher's my favorite. Thomas Sweeney, same deal. Love the Punisher. I only ever used to play with the Punisher until I saw recently all the love for the Red 9. I didn't know the Red 9 was so popular. I think it's better in the remake than in the OG. It doesn't have the punching power. I'm going to call it penetration. We can all laugh because I said penetration. But it doesn't have that ability like it does in the remake. Slim Froggy says, Blade 1 loved, Blade 2 was good. Blade Trinity was like, what am I watching? Loved Ryan and Wesley in it, though. Yeah, Blade 1 for me was taking the subject matter, making it incredibly believable. That opening scene in the club, they did such a good job with that amazing action segment, but also grounding vampirism into reality and this kind of seedy underlife that you could imagine, you know, being kind of seduced and being brought in just to be food and all of that going on. But that whole fight scene is so amazing. And Blade 2 I liked. Yeah, I did. It just felt a little different. It felt like they went down an alley and went a little more cartoony in it. Very Del Toro in a way. It feels like it would fit in the Hellboy universe. You know, those first couple of Hellboy movies. Very reminiscent of that. Oh, Nicolas Cage is Ghost Rider. They should bring him back as that one more time. Neo Balmont says it's Warner Brothers not too sure what they have the intelligence to do that. Yeah, probably not. I mean, it's right there to do it though. And it would be the best way to segue into a Batman Beyond film. That would be my move. Yeah, Peacemaker is really good. KY Guy says, you crack me up. Yes, Neo Belmont is a good time. Shoot him a sub as well. He kind of was dealing with some YouTube issues with his channel, but he is back up and running from what I know. The true GOAT is Howard the Duck. Am I right? Oh, you. Too good. Justin Gonzalez, what is up? Hey CB, how are you doing tonight? I'm doing well. I've been like just stretched a little thin past few days, but I'm not letting it interrupt any of this. We're just buzzing through. I just watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I don't think I've seen that one. Have I seen that one? What's the plot of Guardians? See, I don't remember. That has a Howard the Duck reference in it. So I probably have seen it because I remember that. Just watched Back to the Future 1 through 3 recently. Heck yes. Great trilogy. Loved Back to the Future 1 and 2. 3 is like meh, in my opinion. Virtual beer. Well, I'll cheers you with some virtual whiskey. Cheers, everybody. Box is organized. Ada is happy. She loves an organized box. You said what I said. And what are we doing? What are we doing right now? We've cleaned up the treasures. We need to just cut through here and see our boy and move on. Before we do so, let's ensure that we've gotten all the items. I always want the items. I have a big problem with games like this. I love collecting everything. I am like a hoarder in these games. It doesn't matter how many times I've played them or how comfortable I feel. I love having all the stuff. Oh no! Jeez! You jerk! I'm just trying to talk to the people. What an ass. And you have no drop items, and then Pitchfork Boy's coming. Get out of here. Jerk. Yeah, we've really been off the brown liquor on the streams, but tonight I went to a wine dinner yesterday that was hosted at the my place of business, and it was a banger. We Ubered there, we Ubered home. Enough said about that. I'll leave it at that. It was excellent. Shout out to the chefs. They are really hardworking dudes. If you've ever worked with anybody in the industry, or if you've worked in the industry before, you know damn well that those are long nights with a lot of people that aren't too thankful for things that you do. Oh, that's my Leon. Where are you going? You stay away from my Leon. All right, if you want to fuck with me, you come up here. This handgun's kind of whack, right? You were gonna hit me with that axe. I already know. Babushka woman. Where are you all coming from? What is actually happening? Gem splitter. Oh, come on. What was the delay? Oh, that was supposed to be triple headshot. That's kind of pussy now. All right. We're out of here. It's been real. Okay, bye. Oh, hey. You look nice. This guy needs some sleep. Look at those eyes. Holy shit. Love her organized. Never mind. Yes, you and me both, Kevlar. Come on. We got Tisha in the house. What is up? What's your favorite weapon for Leon in Resident Evil 4 OG? You know, not to be a basic bitch, but I love the striker. And once you get that fully upgraded... No! You jerk. Yes. Snake from hell. I love the striker fully upgraded. I also love the broken butterfly. I love the reload animation. One thing that was really cool to see when you went from the fixed camera angle games to the 3D games was to see all the reload animations and the upgrading of weapons and all that stuff. It's honestly, as a fan of the series, you get kind of obsessed with the gun upgrades. Like in the regular games, when you find the upgrades to the guns and what that does. And when you've played them long enough and you know the little tricks where, you know, if you use all your Magnum ammo and then you get your Magnum gun upgrades, that you're going to get a full magazine of Magnum ammo when you equip the upgrades. So then you play the game a certain way. Same thing with the shotgun. It's pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. But in this game, when you're able to actually buy the upgrades and then get the exclusive upgrade to the gun and just feel really OP, like that's when this game is hitting on all strides, in my opinion. The combat in it's a lot of fun. And again, as I talk about, you know, Resident Evil 5 is essentially just Resident Evil 4 with co-op. That's all the game is. So you can buy first aid sprays in this, but I guess because I have one in my case, I don't think I can buy one.
What are you selling?
I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So one thing I remember when I played RE4 Remake, it was cool to see how deep they made the Separate Ways side game.
Anytime.
You can find treasures in this and all that good stuff, but you could upgrade the weapons and do all that thing. I don't think there's any gun upgrading in this version. The merchant is flashing Ada. He's like, whoa. You know there's some questionable things in this. Let's see. Oh, I thought he did the animation. Huh. I swear I saw a vibrator in there. I said what I said. What are you buying? What are you selling? Maybe that's why Ada's blue balls. Leon, listen to Fungus talking about blue balling. Sheva, hurry! Thank you, everybody that's here. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, shoot me a sub. Means a lot. Helps get the stream out to a wider audience. That's always the goal. You know, get more viewers, get more people involved, and then we can get more of our compadres that are here with channels. Oh, I'm getting hit. Oh, I just missed it. Very nice. Oh, get out of here. Jumping down here. What do you think this is? This isn't a free-for-all. This is Ada's story. But yeah, when we get this thing out to a wider audience, we get more people on the stream, we get more likes and all that stuff. That's a great way for me to be able to, you know, advertise for other channels. People like Havoc, people like Neo Belmont, all you guys that also do this stuff too, and we're a good community to get some recognition, get some other people that might not have found your streams before, your channel, to check in and shoot you a sub, you know. I always talk about YouTube. You know, YouTube is a very vast landscape, and we're all trying to do the same thing and jam out, and it can be hard. It can be hard to get things rolling, you know, and people, you know, it's great to have an audience, and it's great to have an understanding audience, but one thing a lot of people don't understand, you know, is what's going on behind the scenes. You know, with us, with our jobs, with our families and all that other stuff, and finding time to do a stream, to create content, you know, it can be really tough. You know, there's been times in my life where I probably shouldn't have jumped on a stream just because how busy we are with life and the time that it takes away from, you know, maybe me being there for Lynn's when she's dealing with shit. And being more present sometimes and doing the questionable thing and jumping on anyway. But I know you guys are a very understanding group, and I think that's what makes all of us like a good audience. So it's good to have those people in your life. I always joke. I always say, you know, when I'm on here, it's like I'm having some drinks. Oh, come on! But it's like I'm having some drinks and hanging out with my friends. You know, that's what this time is for me. I remember, you know, days when I was much younger and couch co-op was the vibe, and you would just pass the controller back and forth with your buddy, you know? And it was like, This is just what we're doing. Once you die, I'll take a turn. Or you'd see your buddy get like a shitty death. And you'd be like, no, you play again. You play again. You know, we're not going to count that death. Can I sniper? Oh, yeah. Who's next? We're almost out on that gun. Someone's close. We gotta move. We gotta move. It's gonna be fun playing this way because we went from playing on pro, where they're more aggressive, right? But we also had the unlockable weapons. So you can kind of blaze through it because of that. And then you go back into here where you're using like basic bitch weapons that we can't upgrade. So it kind of has you playing the game more like you'd be playing like initially, you know. Or handgun ammo. We need some rifle ammo. Let's get some rifle ammo cranking. Okay, that's good too. We'll take that. We still haven't gotten Ada's health maxed out. So that's going to be part, you know, like we were buying the infinite weapons in the other live stream, going through the main game because this file we hadn't done that yet. We're going to be getting Ada's health upgraded all the way, so we don't have to worry about selling any red, green, yellows for 10,000. Nope. That dude wanted to talk that shit. We're like, absolutely not, bro. All right, now that we've killed everything, I can catch up with the chat. Holla, holla. Am I scared of ghosts? So I will say this. I'm not scared of ghosts, but when it comes to supernatural stuff, I would rather encounter zombies than a ghost because I feel like I have a better chance of killing a zombie than evading a ghost or, you know, finding a camera to take a picture of it to capture it. But, you know, a specter is much more scary in its own way than fighting the undead or fighting a unstoppable force of like a Michael Myers or a Jason. It's almost what makes Freddy the scariest of the horror franchise, like main villains. It's getting you in your sleep, the time in your life, and that's what makes what Wes Craven created there so amazing. Is he decided to take our most vulnerable time in life when we're sleeping and make it when this dude attacks, right? So, very intense. Oh, they actually, I didn't know that I could do this with her. I don't remember that. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. God damn it. I think it's VZM, right? I think. I totally fucked this thing up beyond belief. Man, I really jammed that up. Like, so bad. I was like, wait, I can do this? I totally forgot that was even a thing with her campaign. But you guys know what I mean. Like, watch the fucking movie Poltergeist. You know? Watch, like, The Ring. Watch, like, The Shining. Especially when you have these things, these supernatural beings that end up creating havoc. No pun intended, havoc. But doing all that shit. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's how they do this. So that's a fool's errand, right? You never need to actually do this because it needs to be there for Leon. So you have to drop that off. You don't actually need to solve that puzzle. Right? Because it has us going in there, but I think we have to do like a grappling hook moment. Like, again, it's been a minute since I played this version of Separate Ways. But here we are. I couldn't remember. Is it a hook shot that I need to pick that up and use it on the door? Or no? Oh, yeah, that's right. This is how we trigger this. Because this is Leon's escape moment with the bell ringing. And then we are going to have to unlock that, which doesn't make sense. Before we do that, let's check down the road. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm down to play some Fatal Frame. I will be honest, those games like that style, not that I'm hating on it, but not really my forte. But look, I've played through Fort Solace, at least 75% of it. And again, I had more fun playing Countdown Vampires than Fort Solace. It really made a lot of sense to me why Havoc told me to keep it in my backlog. Once I started playing it, it was hot dog shit. Just a steaming pile of hot dog shit. A narrative game, sure, but like, not very good. There was no gameplay involved. Sure, we could solve in a Rubik's Cube. That was cool. But there's not really any gameplay. And the funniest part about that game, in my opinion, is you decided to make a murder story on Mars. Like, you had no business making that game on Mars. That game could have been at anywhere we were. You know? There is no reason Fort Solace... That's right. We have to pick the treasure and put the treasure in where that insignia was. But really, Fort Solace had no business of being on Mars. It did nothing for the game other than being like... And you guys, I'm sure if you suffered through that, through any of that live stream, the whole gist of that was they basically found a sample on Mars, and... the dude didn't want them to bring it home, so he just started murdering like the 6 people that were left on the site before they sent the engineers home and the miners. And it was like, oh, thank God I don't have to do that again. That's cool, at least. And then we put the gem in there, and boom, we're okay. That's right. But yeah, no gameplay in that. Just that whole game. Fort Solace, this is what playing Fort Solace was like. Ready? For 4 hours at this pace. Ada might be walking faster than the main character of that game. The one thing I will give that game, graphically, it looked good. The voice acting was good in it. And then it pretty much ends there. The story sucked. How do you make a narrative game with a shitty story? Like, that's the biggest no-no you could do, is to make a narrative-driven game with a bad story. The whole point of the game is to tell a fucking story, and they told a donkey dick story. Oh, come on! I'm getting hit again. All this Fort Solis, it's just making me play bad as well. I'm done talking about that game. Never again. If we're actually gonna do Janky January, I should put that in and finish it with you guys and make you all suffer through it with me. Everybody's like, we're skipping that stream, Seabash. It's not happening. What confuses me is, why didn't Ada make Salazar simp for her and just kill him last second? Not a bad idea, honestly. Mars, I know it sucks because someone always reused the term of QTE walking simulator of silent horror. Yeah, pretty much. KY, that's a great way to describe it. Countdown Vampires was terrible. Countdown Vampires, I'm not going to say it was terrible. I'm not going that far. You guys can go that far. Playing it was not nearly as bad as probably watching it. But watching and playing Fort Solis was a lot. And I suffered through that for a long time. That is, I should have Lindsay, we should do a retrospective at... One thing I've been toying with, just so you guys know, is at the end of the year, and we could make this members only, or however I want to go about it. But one thing I've been thinking about doing is doing a 2025 in review, and we're going to go back and look at every game I live streamed, and then rank them on what we like the most game-wise, not stream-wise, because I want you guys to be somewhat kind to me, but ranking them on what we thought gameplay-wise, how we would put them overall. Like, we know Fort Solis is probably going to be bottom-of-the-barrel dog shit, but that's going to be our watermark. I think it'd be interesting to see if I do it with a tier list and then have you guys do a vote on what you thought was the way they should fall. And I'd probably have to do that on Discord, because on YouTube you only get 4 options for voting. And I'm not sure what that's about. Why there's only 4. Dude, if these guys want to keep throwing shit at me, I'm gonna go off. Dude, Mr. Wayne, you played through that game. And I played through that game having to play it on like hard mode. I think I would, if you guys asked me right now, if I were to turn this off right now, and I had to jump into one of 2 things, and it being Countdown Vampires again, or finishing Fort Solis. And you guys already know how I feel about trophies, and you know I like getting my trophies, and it burns my ass that I didn't complete that game because it's almost like a one-and-done platinum. I would much rather jump into Countdown Vampires than going back into Fort effing Solis. I'm sorry. Countdown Vampires for me, though, it was like funny playing it now because the voice acting was so bad. The gameplay was like classic Resident Evil, but it had some cool tweaks. Being able to change your guns on the fly. Oh, come on, I backed off. And being able to reload in real time. I mean, that was pretty cool. You know? I mean, shit, come on. What did Fort Solis have going for it with freaking... There's Ashley. As far as gameplay. The coolest thing Fort Solis had in it is we were able to drink a beer, right? When we first got in, we took our helmet off. We were able to crack a beer and drink a beer. And then we found the Rubik's Cube, and we were able to move it around. Thomas, please tell me someone has made a trainer for Outbreak. Elaborate on that. What do you mean? Cock shot. Suck it, old man. Yeah, it really did. You had that going on, and that's pretty much it. This bitch ass. The real S-rank games would be Resident Evil 1 Remake, RE4, and Parasite Eve. S-rank tier. Definitely Resident Evil 1 Remake, Parasite Eve for sure. We're going to play Parasite Eve 2 on stream. That's coming up. I really like Curse of Darkness. S-rank, though, probably not. What the fuck? They really have us doing this again? I don't even remember this. But I would say, what else would we put on there? Dead Space 2 is really good, but S rank probably not.
Oh, la campana.
Tormented Souls was fine. That'd be like a B rank. Resident Evil 1 OG, that's like an A rank in my opinion. It's not perfect. I just have a lot of nostalgia and love for that game, so I'd give it an A. Countdown Vampires, that's S rank. Just kidding. Fort Solis, we know where that resides. Circle of the Moon was really good. I would put that A rank. I think that was a very good Igavania Metroidvania title. Original Devil May Cry is probably also A rank. Oh, yeah, it's just an opinion. I get it. One Resident Evil we should never play is Resident Evil 6. We're going to play it. We might. I shouldn't say we're going to. We might play it. I platinumed that game twice.
They've resurrected
and twice
some
was
sort
enough.
of parasitic organism they call Las Plagas.
Circle of the Moon was so good, guys. In playing that today,
Though Sadler's occult activities seem worthy of investigation.
for me, it's not all about graphics.
The Salazar
Gameplay is
family,
everything. That game was a
castellans for
lot of fun to
generations,
play.
possess the ability to control
I have
Las
2
Plagas.
gripes about it. I will talk
The
about after this
organization's
cutscene.
hypothesis is that a unique frequency of sonic wave, sensed only by the parasites, is used to control them. The same principle used in dog whistles. This was inferred through the analysis of a tissue sample we retrieved. The tissue contained an organ.
See, her version has a lot of
presumably used for sensing
exposition
sound waves.
about
I've
what's going on in
seen
the
cult
plot.
members carrying ceremonial rods, and I wonder if they emit these sounds. Of course, this is purely theoretical. The organization needs samples of the parasite to confirm or disprove these theories.
Hearing her
That is
narration's
the main
good.
objective of my mission, and the only way to prove my loyalty to the organization. The opening moves in this chess game have been played. There's no turning back now.
All right. The only reason I've taken on this mission is to get closer to my own objective. No matter what happens, I can't let anyone figure that out. Of course, hiding in the shadows isn't my style. I'll have to reveal myself to him and offer advice once in a while. She's talking about Leon. Here's what I know so far. Osmond Sadler's cult is known as Los Illuminados. They've resurrected some sort of parasitic organism they called Las Plagas. That's all my organization knows for sure, though Sadler's occult activities seem worthy of investigation. The Salazar family, Castellans for generations, possess the ability to control Las Plagas. The organization's hypothesis is that a unique frequency of sonic waves sensed only by the parasites is used to control them. The same principle used in dog whistles. This was inferred through the analysis of a tissue sample we retrieved. The tissue contained an organ presumably used for sensing sound waves. I've seen cult members carrying ceremonial rods, and I wonder if they emit these sounds. Of course, this is purely theoretical. The organization needs samples of the parasite to confirm or disprove these theories. That is the main objective of my mission, and the only way to prove my loyalty to the organization. The opening moves in this chess game have been played. There's no turning back now. All right, that's Ada's Report 1, and obviously we unlock those with each chapter, and it gives you a little more exposition. You know, with Resident Evil 6, I think the coolest thing about that game is it is kind of a time capsule of the era it was released in. That was the Call of Duty era, okay? And that game tried to do two things. One, tried to cater to a huge audience, and that game sold incredibly well. It sold a shit ton of copies. So it tried to cater to a huge audience while also making everything about that game co-op, and that was a very guilty thing about the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 generation was we had started co-op the generation before and then expanded upon it so well that it's like, let's force co-op into every freaking game. And that game, the idea of if I'm playing Jake and Sherry's scenario and you're playing Leon's and Ada's, and we end up meeting at that same point and I'm interacting with you. Great idea, but just wasn't well implemented. And that game is a retread. A lot of the stuff you play, you're retreading stuff you've already done. I'll shut up and let them talk.
The sample, we can't let him die.
You don't need to remind me. Luis Serra. And I thought I was high maintenance.
All right, chapter 4. Yeah, that is a cool little detail to it. I think the one thing I will give a lot of credit for Resident Evil 6 is the freedom of movement it gave the player with your ability to run, jump, dive, roll around on the floor, shoot from your back. It had all these different cool additions to the gameplay, but it also then made you feel too powerful as a player. So I'm not doing pause for the cause. Give me 1 second. Now, if you guys have played on PlayStation 4 or on Xbox, oh man, what was the last generation of Xbox? Not X or S, but the other one. But if you ever played RE6 on that and got to play Mercenaries No Mercy when you have 300 enemies to dispatch, that's a lot of fun. You can go back and look at some early videos of what I've done with that game and be like, oh shit. Like, yeah, I played, I like playing that version of the game. The Mercenaries No Mercy is a lot of fun. Isn't the current Xbox, isn't it X or S?
Got a selection.
Or am I wrong on that?
What are you selling? I'll buy it at a high price. Thank you.
Interesting. First aid sprays are only worth $2,500 in hers. Or is that the normal price? Because this is still $10,000. It must be
What
the
are
normal
you
price.
buying?
Xbox One. That's what I'm thinking of. Xbox One. The X1, as many called it. So I don't. This is the funniest part. Like, what am I really going to be able to buy? Like,
Come back.
you can only have
anytime.
one first aid spray. If you have one in your inventory, you can't get another one from him. So, not really sure. And that's what I think they really fixed with this in the remake. So you can obviously go out that way. But if we go back and down, we can get that treasure. Right? Yes. You know, it's funny, guys. I actually fired up my PlayStation 4 this morning because I have it in the basement. Because with the 5 up here in the studio, as I like to call it, there's really no reason for me to have the 4 up here because the backwards compatibility with the 5. But I like updated it and shit. And of all the PlayStation consoles, I think 4 is my least favorite. Mr. Cool first. Yeah, I think that is my least favorite PlayStation console. And really, to be honest with you, a PlayStation 5 is pretty much a souped-up version of the PlayStation 4. That's just a Seabash 31 opinion. But I think that the leaps in the generations now are so much smaller than what they used to be. Like, heck, when you went from PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2, Xbox to Xbox 360, that was huge. You know, 64 to GameCube, huge. Like, you saw those changes. You see them less and less now based on what they can do graphically and what makes sense to release. You know, a new console. Speaking of new consoles, did you guys see the Steam console that got announced today? How about that? Speaking of GameCube, it's a cube design, very similar to what a GameCube looks like, but it's going to be like a kind of a gaming PC in a console form, which is cool. It's going to run on the Steam OS, which is dope. You're in here. Why are you in a bathroom with only a urinal, lady? What do you have to tell us? Yeah, check it out. If someone has a link to that and they want to send it, or if you want to just Google it, you can see it yourself. It's pretty neat. It's going to come with, I think, 512 or 532 gigabyte storage and 2 terabytes of storage. And it's going to have a micro SD slot in it as well for you to up that. I'm sure you're going to be able to connect a external hard drive, I would think. I don't know. That lady ate too much Taco Bell. She was pooping in the urinal, guys. We saw her. She was pooping in the urinal. I want it. I have a lot of Steam games I can't use because I don't have a PC anymore. Yeah, I want to... Did they release a price point on that? I know they released specs. I don't know if they released a price point. I'm not wild about the controller on it either. It almost looks like a Steam Deck turned into a controller. But I'm hoping you can maybe even play that with a DualSense. I don't know. Whoa! Another golden egg. Dang. Yeah, it's definitely worth looking at. Oh, hey. I don't know if that hit him. Shotgun man. It's definitely a cool idea, and I commend them for making that, you know. The Alienware PC I bought back in the spring, it's a beast. It's my first gaming PC I've ever truly owned. I've always been a console guy. But knowing, like, eventually, like, we did the BioRANs. I still need to go back and finish RE3 BioRAN that we did. Oh, come on. But folks shouldn't have to buy, you know, a $3,000 machine to play Steam games on. I think that's the future of consoles. I think that, like, being able to, if you really want to compete with what PC can do, there needs to be some way for communities on, like, PlayStation to be able to, like, do mods and stuff. Oh, come on. I missed the kick. But the tough thing about that is the mods would then have to be sanctioned by the studios, so that's probably never going to happen because we know too damn well that the dollar drives everything. So, it is what it is. That was another thing about the 360 and PlayStation 3 generation that was tough. Is, you know, you went from games you needed an online pass. You know, they then eliminated that with kind of Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus to be like, no more online passes. You have to then own our services to play online, which is also garbage, you know. But those generations, they milked everything with DLC. I'm not gonna get there. Nope. Fuck, I knew it was coming. Not fast enough. But you know, for all of us that enjoy this hobby, it's become a more and more expensive hobby to enjoy. And you're getting experiences that are more or less incomplete upon release. And you feel more like a play tester experiencing games when they first come out. And back in the day, you bought a game and it was complete when you bought it. I never went in here earlier. Grab Those shoddy shells. Absolutely. What? You jerk. I swear I looked behind me. The next one was coming to get me. Actually, let's switch over to the TMP. I use my PS4 for modern games. My PC would be for all those old Steam games and the many horror indies. Yes. So, how many of you guys have played Crow Country? How many of you guys have played that? That's one of those games that came out, I think that was last year, and I never got around to playing it. So that could be something that we stream in the future. I'm just making sure there's nothing back here. Yeah, I want to play that game. So, you know, Wayne, if I were to play that, you wouldn't be on the stream because you're like, oh, I got to play that myself, and I totally get that. That's what always kills me with disgusting. That's that woman's diarrhea bucket that was in the urinal. This is what she filled it up with this. It's one thing that always intrigues me about the really big channels when they play something that just came out. Like the attendance that some folks get. It's like, I'm shocked that many people want to see it without having played it themselves. But if it's something you're never going to play, I totally get it. I probably did that favor for some of you with Silent Hill F. I said it. I totally deserve that death. I didn't want to heal until we had to use a red, green, yellow, despite having the healing items I had, so that's on me. So this is interesting. We know there's no enemies right here, but as soon as we pop this dude off, we're going to get attacked from behind. Oh, yeah. I had to open my mouth. And then they do this to us. That was a shitty death. Thought he was on that other side. I was wrong. damn pitchforks in the reach. I got time for that, Farmer Joe. Oh, nice. Now we can use that herb. All right, what did we find out? I just saw something that said it'll probably be around 800 to 1,000. Wow. Yeah, I need to play Signalis. Boy, I do miss the days when the graduates are usually getting the proposition jobs, which benefits their training. Well, yeah, I mean the whole job market right now is trash. There's a lot of people. I work at a university, and there's a lot of folks that, you know, it's very interesting with the youth today. There's a survey that went out a couple years ago, and the belief for a lot of kids when they graduate, they're going to get a job that is paying six figures, which is completely comical to me. You know, by the time I graduated, our economy, you know, when I graduated, you know, after high school and then college, our economy was dog shit. And, you know, if you could find a job within your field, it was a great starting point, and then you could work your way up and kind of, you know, be using your degree for what you studied. And, you know, that was just the way it was. Right now, so many folks are just looking for anything, part-time work even. And it's tough. It's tough to know that that's the world we're living in right now. And that's not just here. It's not just in the States. I'm curious, is there anything in here now? Clean this out before. Nope, these did repopulate. There's probably a jag waiting for me here. It is fun kind of being forced to use her loadout after having all the souped up weapons as Leon. Right, and we need to go over this way, I believe now. Yes. Well, just fungus, keep applying. You know, don't let that deter you. You'll find something. I wonder where this other enemy is lying. This area. This is always a fun spot. And when you have the hook shot going as Ada, extra enjoyable. And there's no difficulty options when playing separate ways. So the neat thing about OG RE4 is there's kind of a trick with the difficulty in this game. Depending on how you're playing, that's how it's like an adaptive inventory. I mean, not inventory, adaptive gameplay and difficulty. Just kind of pepper that TMP a little bit. So when you see this game sometimes really start feeling difficult, it's because of the way you're playing the game. And I'm not here to pump my own tires and be like, oh, I'm so good at this, that's why I died. That's not the case, but it does get harder with how well you've been playing. And that adaptive style of difficulty is something that a lot more games adapted after this was originally released, which is cool. I know there's something up there. I'm trying to remember where we can hook shot from. There it is. Okay, there you go. Dropping the knowledge, Mr. Wayne. Professional mode locks the adaptive difficulty to max. So there you go. And in the remake, when you come back through here, you actually have an El Gigante fight with our girl Ada here, which is really cool. Yeah. Okay. Same treasure spot for Leon. I don't remember that, but there you go. We get the Bangle. Bangle and Jangle, fam. That is our course of action going through there. Let's just clean up what we left over here, which is probably just some money. Only get to from dropping down. Yeah, it is an interesting choice that it doesn't have a difficulty option. But hey, when they first released this was an additional mode for the PlayStation 2. This was not in GameCube, you just had Assignment Ada. And Assignment Ada is good, it's just much shorter. So this is locked. Now we can go up and enter from the other side, which is pretty standard for this version. This is much more... Oh, come on. This is much more straightforward. Even though you do... Nice! Let's hit another one. Good God. I'm going to use one of these white eggs. I watched this old... It was like 3 years old now. Of Mojo Plays. They always do like tier lists or like rankings. And it was most disturbing Resident Evil enemies, and it included bosses. And this list came out after Resident Evil Village. And Moreau was on there. Lickers were on there. The Mayday from Resident Evil Revelations was on there. The Globbers were on there from Revelations. But I'm not going to spoil it. You'll have to go back and watch and see what number 1 was. It's always funny seeing a list when it's older and stuff that's on there that probably wouldn't make it after the additional entries in the franchise. Hey, those bear traps were well placed. That's on me though. The color palette in this game will screw with you in that sense. I always liked in Code Veronica when you can have the lighter equipped and the bats and shit can't get to you. That's a miss. And another one. I'm surprised those dynamites didn't go off. It's odd. That explosion should have been a lot bigger. Headies. So you can't say that this game doesn't have spiders in it. Because not only do you have those, you kind of have the parasites that resemble spiders later in the game. Where's that guy at? I can hear him stomping around. Is somebody above us, maybe? They might be in this house, actually. Or right here. That sucks. Yeah, her version of this, Separate Ways, in the remake is it's a pretty beefy DLC, honestly. If you haven't played that before and you own the remake, totally worth your time. It happened to me in Silent Hill F with a well-hidden enemy that jump on you and immediately grab you. Seabash fell for it too, LOL. Yes. I wonder if there's a moment where we all encounter that well-placed traps in survival horror game. Yeah, oh yeah. Okay, so that's what that is in reference to. Absolutely. Look at this. Look at these muddy visuals. There's nothing wrong with the stream or your screen. This is just how this looks. This looks sick back in the day, just so everybody knows. But yeah, when you have an HD, right? HD remaster, it's silly to come back and see this look so pretty, and then you get to the cutscenes and the visuals in those, and you're like, well, why didn't they clean these up? It's kind of lazy, in my opinion. Probably TMP it here. Probably the play. Take those shotgun shells for sure. That's clutch. Hola. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Appreciate you. Going really well. We're eradicating this poor village. The like choker thing. It's it's definitely an.
Right now in this dark, he could get caught. I worry.
So you're saying definitely not a good decision for what Ada decided to wear.
Poor Nick's choice.
Yeah, she was definitely fashion over function in this. They
Easily get caught and strangle her, and then she.
the choker would be living up to its name. Yeah. Yeah, they clean up her outfit in the remake. Still very nice and sexy looking, but yeah, not as exposed. There you go.
Also, is her zipper not zipped the whole way? Things look a little.
On the back, it's a little loose.
Ada, you gotta fix up.
Ada does. You know, at least she's got like the boob padding going on. It's kind of hard to see, but you know, there is that.
Got nice little back muscular.
Yeah, she does. She's got good posture too. Look at that posture.
She's probably wearing a good corset.
Oh yeah, it's you know, it's not fully tied though. But look at Lynn's breaking down the attire here. You gotta love it.
I just really worry.
Lynn's this is her first time seeing OG RE4 separate ways, and she's like, I don't think this outfit is the way.
Just looks precarious.
It looks good for the viewer though.
I get it. She's gonna strangle herself.
These were different times when you know that's what it was about.
Right. Things weren't very different. She's still trying to fight crime.
Well, she's still doing the same job. Her outfits make more sense now. You're making the folks laugh. They like your input. They might not agree with your input. They might like this outfit better, but they understand it. So very well said. Look at all these eggs. Mr. Wayne says, I like it. Kevlar says, that outfit is the only way. All right, so we're clear on here. Now we have to backtrack. What was the... Oh, that's on the other part of the map. All right, so this is clear. Now we have to putz all the way back and down to go deal with that. That's fun. Right? Some would call this padding, you know? But it is what it is. What is up, Dan? Thank you for hopping on. Look at our friends over here. Oh, come on. Okay, he might be out of range. Make me waste my shots. Those were well-placed shots. I'm kind of bummed. I think Ada should start her own lingerie line after she stops being a mercenary. Well, that's what she does on the side. She definitely has like a modeling career or some sort of OnlyFans that you have to be like very selective clientele to be a part of. Oh, hey. Wow. This has shoddy written all over it. Kill-tacular. That was a quadruple kill there. And we got like dog shit for items out of it. Oh, so I guess that's right. That shit needed to be lit. Funny fact, Ada Wong is the only Resident Evil character who appeared in live action and was voiced by the OG voice actor, which is pretty cool. And I forget whatever Resident Evil movie it was where she was first introduced, but there you have it. Those movies ended up when they started peppering in like the actual video game characters, they were just like kind of cosplaying themselves. You know, Jill looked great, but when you got like Barry and you got Leon and you got Ada, it was just like, we got cosplayers. Hey, it's that dog. Dive is very funny. Shoot your hat off, bro. We love shooting hats off in these games. It's just part of it. Everyone knows Welcome to Raccoon City was peak RE. Oh, Lord. I love it. Yeah, there's Leon's jacket. Give me the freaking jacket. I don't know what happened that Nightbot deleted messages, but I apologize. That is not my doing. It always like creeps in the back of my mind, and I hear Chief Irons when you go on a killing spree like that, being like, "Everybody's gonna die." Yo, what is everyone's favorite Resident Evil movie? I mean, the first 2 live action films were decent enough for what they were. I think we could go in there. And Death Island was okay for the CG. It's just been tough. Like that Resident Evil show on Netflix. Ugh. A little bit of sour taste in my mouth from that. We are good now, so we can proceed. Glad the clown is still hanging here. Is this what passes for police work around here? Ada will not be supporting the force. See, I knew that ship would click through. You got my dude's jacket. Sorry, it has some bullet holes and slash marks in it, Leon. You can actually get his jacket in the Separate Ways remake. Why is he wearing it? On second thought, I might have to read. My favorite female outfit is Cowgirl Claire. Oh, man. Hello. From Revelations 2. The second animated one with the RE4 Leon voice actor. Okay. Just something about the beret and shoulder pads does something to me. Kevlar, you are a just a classic Jill Valentine fan, and I appreciate the hell out of that. I love Julia Voth in the series. Very peak for me. My favorite outfit is OG RE3 Jill. Wow. Okay. See, I am a fan of the like jeans and jacket look for a lot of these characters, because it's probably what I would be donning if I was a character in these games. I like Chris's OG Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut Arrange mode outfit. Claire's RE2 is iconic, in my opinion. That's another good one. Like Jill's Director's Cut outfit with the... Oh, you mean the biker one. Okay. You're talking about Biker Claire from the Special Key. I know what you mean. That is a good one. Plus, you get the Colt Single Action Army with that outfit, which is really dope.
Nuestro jefe se curará de la si la plaga es mucho mejor que la nuestra.
Tienes razón. Es un hombre.
Big fans of Shoulder Pad Jill. Hey, I get it.
You carry the same blood as us, it seems.
I'm not going to deny it.
Nevertheless, you're an outsider. Just remember.
And now this is happening from above.
If you become unpleasant to our eyes, you'll face severe consequences.
Ada?
What? Same blood.
There we go. we've triggered this part of the game now. I'll tell you one thing. As we saw some of the implementation of some of the RE4, like the different builds of that game implemented then in the remake, I'm kind of excited for when they remake Resident Evil 5 because you'll get the same thing. And I bet you that we will see the merchant that was supposed to be in Resident Evil 5 in Resident Evil 5 remake. You meet the guy early on in the game and he gives you the case of items. There was going to be a merchant aspect in Resident Evil 5 OG and they scrapped it. No! Oh no! I wasn't paying attention. Oh, shit. That's hilarious. Forgot about the quick time events. But that'll be cool. That'll be cool to see. Is this her death scene? I'm not ready for quick time events, bro. I was not ready for that at all. Like, both of those situations, I was not ready for. There they are. We have no... Because I wasted them on crows, we have no flashbacks. Give me 1 second, guys. The toilet may be cursed. It may be a cursed toilet. Who knows? If you potty in this toilet, it is a curse. I can't deny that. Speaking of potty, who eats asparagus? You guys eat asparagus? I eat asparagus. Talk about toilet curses. Smell it. Gimme. I needs it. Curse of the bloody toilet. Oh, come on, I shot! That is a curse. Unnecessary. Woo! Oh no, not this clown. I eat asparagus a certain way or not at all. I like grilling. I think grilled asparagus. I didn't miss anything back here. We grabbed that treasure. I think we're good.
Un forastero!
Hello? None of that. Nice. Okay. So. The grilled is good. You need like beefier ones to grill it properly, in my opinion. We gonna gondola ride. One thing I like to do, I used to like doing like prosciutto wrapped asparagus and cooking it in like a toaster oven. That was a nice treat. So can you not kill the torches in here? Can't. It's interesting. It's honestly a good play. It's worth checking out if you haven't had it like that before. Welcome.
Welcome.
There, see, he didn't do the animation earlier. Did you guys notice that?
Stranger.
He didn't do the animation earlier when we ran into him, which is odd.
What are you buying?
Still nothing else to buy from him.
What are you selling? Is that all? Thank. Is that all? Thank you.
All the things to sell.
Come back anytime.
So let's see. other treasure. It was once set in something. Interessante. Okay, let me do this real quick and see if this fixes this up.